Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Ian's sudden death could heat up the plot. Ian Ward, one of the most hated characters in Genoa City's history, has built a sinful reputation that goes beyond even the basic moral standards of society. With his dark actions and corrupt mind, Ian not only scares the characters around him but also causes waves of anger in the hearts of the audience. Ian appears under the guise of a pastor, exploiting the trust of others to carry out evil deeds. One of his first victims, Newman, bluntly declares that Ian does not belong to the human race. This description is not exaggerated, as Ian continues to sink deeper into the spiral of dark conspiracies, hurting everyone around him. He is not only a manipulator but also the one behind the murderous plans. Ian has ordered Jordan, an associate of his, to commit an unimaginable act of cruelty, the murder of Newman. This is the next step after the duo murdered Heather, another of Ian's innocent victims. Ian's every move is tinged with guilt and immorality, making the people of Genoa City, especially the Newman family, feel threatened. Victor Newman, the man who stands up to protect the family. Victor Newman, the head of the powerful Newman family, cannot stand idly by Ian's actions. With his strong and decisive nature, Victor asked Michael Baldwin to eliminate Ian without any discussion or hesitation. However, Victor's actions are not without concern. Nikki and Nick Newman are terrified of the possibility that Victor may be drawn into the darkness when he is determined to protect his family. Nikki, who knows Ian's danger better than anyone, is aware that any move by Victor could make him a suspect. The Newman family is always Ian's target, and Victor is forced to become a human shield to protect his loved ones. Mariah Copeland, The War with the Past. Of all those determined to confront Ian, Mariah Copeland is the one most deeply affected by his dark past. As one of Ian's victims, Mariah was kidnapped from her birth mother, Newman. This left her with lasting psychological scars, and at the same time ignited a fierce hatred. Mariah does not hesitate to confront Ian, warning him that she will kill him if he does not comply with her orders. However, this is not just a personal revenge. Mariah feels that Ian's existence is a much greater threat, not only to her but to the community as a whole. Knowing that he is being hunted, Ian claims that he has written a letter to the authorities, accusing Victor of being a threat. He did this as a way to protect himself in case something unusual happened to him. The statement sounded like an ominous warning, implying that Ian would not hesitate to drag Victor down into the mud with him. However, Ian's actions did not diminish the determination of Victor and those around him. His audacity made them feel the need to act faster to end the series of crimes he had committed. The drama escalated. Who would strike first? The tension in the story reached its peak when Victor openly discussed with Michael about eliminating Ian. Those words were not only an expression of anger but also showed that Victor had decided to take action, and perhaps, this action would happen sooner than expected. Fans of The Young and the Restless could not help but follow the developments of the story with anticipation. They expected that Ian would be punished appropriately, but also worried that the price to pay might be too great. Can the Newman family protect each other and survive the storm, or will there be more losses before justice is served? Ian Ward, with his ruthless nature and boundless actions, has pushed the Newman family into a fierce battle. Each member of the family faces great challenges, from protecting each other to maintaining their belief in justice. With what has happened and is happening, the biggest question that viewers ask is, who will be the winner in this relentless war? Ian Ward's story is not only a part of The Young and the Restless, but also a testament to how the line between good and evil can be blurred when people are forced to protect the most important things in life. Mariah Copeland never imagined that her journey would bring her face to face with one of the greatest ghosts of her life, Ian Ward. The sight of the man who robbed her of her childhood, holding Tessa Porter's hand outside society, was like an electric shock, awakening all the pain and hatred she had tried to bury. Tessa, Mariah's lover, was completely unaware of the dangerous situation she was in. Ian, with his characteristic cunning, claimed that he had saved Tessa's life, an assertion that was not convincing. But the more terrible truth was hidden. Ian had drugged Tessa so that she was unable to fight back before injecting her with the antidote in order to create a false heroic act. Mariah, rage and the cruel realization. The moment Ian calmly stood before Mariah and explained his actions was a devastating blow to her psyche. Realizing that Ian was not only involved with Tessa but also with the kidnapping of her mother, Sharon Newman, was the last straw. Mariah's anger and pain turned her into a real threat to Ian. Mariah was fighting not only for Tessa or Sharon, but also for justice for herself, a victim of Ian's for many years. Hatred burned in her eyes, making Ian realize that he had nowhere to hide. Jordan, a character dragged into this war by Ian, once saw him as a savior. When Ian helped her escape from the prison created by the Newman family, she felt extremely grateful. Ian even created a new identity for her, helping her escape the troubles of the past. But that gratitude did not last forever. Time eroded their relationship. The pressure from Ian's ever-increasing crimes made Jordan increasingly dissatisfied and disgusted with him. She realizes that Ian is only using her to carry out his dark plans, and that at some point, he will turn his back on her as he has done to others. Jordan gradually becomes a silent, but dangerous enemy. Her betrayal and hatred make her a potential suspect if Ian is suddenly murdered. As a supporting character and antagonist in the story, Jordan is almost destined to become a part of this tragedy. Ian is at the center of all conflicts and the cause of countless crimes. He uses everyone around him to carry out his dark ambitions, not hesitating to harm even those who were once loyal to him. He makes Tessa a pawn, manipulates Jordan into dangerous plans, and causes suffering for the Newman family for years. However, Ian does not realize that his greed and immorality have put him on a self-destructive spiral. Not only does he face Mariah's wrath, but he also faces a Jordan who is ready to turn the tables. Jordan's growing resentment could be what drives her to kill Ian. For a supporting character like Jordan, ending Ian's life cycle would not only make sense but also satisfy the audience. It would give the impression that Ian, the greatest enemy, has finally been destroyed, but not by the hands of the main characters. A moment where Jordan kills Ian would be a huge shock, and it would also open up new stories for the upcoming winter. It would make viewers question the consequences and fate of the remaining characters, especially Mariah and Tessa, as they face the ghosts of their past and uncertain futures. Ian Ward may have manipulated everything and everyone in his life, but in the end he could not escape the punishment he deserved. Whether his end comes at the hands of Mariah, Jordan, or another character, Genoa City will have to deal with the consequences of his crimes. Can Mariah overcome her anger without letting it consume her? Can Tessa escape Ian's darkness and find peace in her life? And can the Newman family maintain love and faith through all of this? The battle with Ian Ward is not only a battle with a dangerous enemy, but also a battle with the darkness within the characters' souls. This story is sure to leave a strong mark on fans of The Young and the Restless. Genoa City has never been short of dramatic conflict, but the presence of Ian Ward takes it all to a new level. This scheming character has not only made enemies of the Newman family, but has also left an indelible mark on the lives of many others. From Mariah Copeland's traumatic past to his elaborate manipulations to control Jordan, Ian has placed himself at the center of it all. But like a ticking bomb, Ian's actions will eventually lead to his own downfall. Mariah Copeland did not expect her journey to lead her to a fateful moment, seeing Ian Ward holding hands with Tessa Porter, the person she loved most, outside society. The image brought back all the painful memories of her stolen childhood and the damage Ian had caused. Anger welled up inside Mariah as she realized that Ian was no longer just a ghost from the past, but was still plotting to threaten those she loved. Ian tried to justify his actions. He claimed that he had saved Tessa's life, but the truth behind his heroic act was a calculated plan. None of them knew that Ian had drugged Tessa, then injected her with the antidote to create an image of a savior. For Mariah, this was not only a blatant lie, but also an unforgivable challenge. Jordan, who had been Ian's ally, initially saw in him an opportunity to escape the prison that the Newman family had kept her in. Ian changed Jordan's identity, creating a new path for her, and she was initially grateful. But time and the pressure of her growing crimes turned that gratitude into resentment. Jordan began to realize that Ian was not her savior, but simply a manipulator, using her as a pawn in his dangerous game. This change not only makes Jordan a more complex character, but also positions her as a bitter enemy of Ian. Jordan has long been seen as a supporting character with a villainous role to play. But her transformation makes things more dramatic. If Ian is murdered, Jordan is one of the prime suspects. She not only has motive but also opportunity, and Ian's end will free her from the spiral of manipulation he has created. Ian is at the center of all the conflicts. He manipulates everyone around him to serve his own ambitions, but at the same time he sows seeds of betrayal and hatred. He makes Tessa an unwilling victim, drags Jordan into dangerous schemes, and causes pain for the Newman family. While Ian seems to be in control, he has in fact put himself in the crosshairs of those who want to destroy him. Ian's arrogance and unscrupulous nature make him a target for everyone he has ever hurt. Mariah's confrontation with Ian is more than just a casual encounter. It's a moment where she confronts the pain of her past and finds a way to free herself from the obsession Ian has caused. But Tessa's presence in the situation complicates things. Mariah is not only fighting for herself, but also for the person she loves. Meanwhile, Jordan is also at a crossroads. She realizes that Ian's existence is not only a threat to her, but to everyone around her. With so many motives and resentments building up, Jordan could be the one to end Ian's life. Creating an ending for Ian Ward has always been a challenge for writers. As the central antagonist, Ian brings drama and tension to the story. However, having Ian defeated by a supporting character like Jordan provides a surprising but logical ending. This not only frees the story from Ian's shadow, but also allows the main characters to continue to develop. With Ian gone, the biggest question is, who is responsible for his downfall? Is it Mariah, who has suffered trauma all her life? Is it Jordan, who was drawn into Ian's dangerous game and betrayed? Or is it another character, an unexpected enemy? The fight against Ian Ward is not only a battle between good and evil, but also each character's journey to find peace of mind. Can Genoa City overcome the darkness that Ian left behind, or will the damage he caused haunt this place forever? Ian Ward, with all his cunning and guilt, is the character that makes The Young and the Restless so dramatic and engaging. But his downfall was not just an end, but also the beginning of a new and promising chapter.